Okay, so hello and welcome to the Burning from Avid DVD guide done by me. Right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to choose our still image for our menu. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll through the Avid timeline here and I'm going to choose that still there. I simply now go to File and Export. Now the export setting I want from here is Windows Image PAL. Okay. And this is it's come up as save as export to DVD TIFF. I'm actually going to call that menu TIFF because that's what I'm going to use this image for. I'm happy where that's going to. I know exactly where that is. I'm going to click on options. And the thing I need to look at here is my width and height pixels. Now I'm shot on P2. So I happen to know that 1280 by 720 is what I need, also known as 720p. With that done there, it's absolutely fine. Whoops, sorry about the email there. I'll just go ahead and shut the email down so it's no further distracting. Okay, right. So this is fine. I'm going to click on save and save. And that's my menu image saved out. Now we come to the little matter of exporting out my timeline. Here, just a little clip of some random child. So I'm going to go to File and Export again, but this time my export setting is going to be Send to QuickTime Movie, Send to QT Movie. Choose that now. The way I set this up is click on Options, Export to DVD, MOV will be fine actually, let's leave that. In here, Export Settings, Send to QuickTime Movie. I want to go Custom. So if it's on the same as Source, go on to Custom and then you'll have Format Options. Click on Format Options, go to Settings and make sure that as a master quality file you're exporting out as Avid 11x. Okay. Current frame rate is fine. Quality we want to bump right up to best. Make sure you click on this option tab here because it will probably default to NTSC and what we want is 720p HD. Go, HD 720p, click on OK. Good. Everything's now set up that we need to. We can click on OK. We can make sure that we include sound if we have it and then we can just click on OK. Color levels needs to be on 601, 709. Aspect ratio here, the pixel size needs to be 1280 720 because that's the pixel size of 720p. And down here on display aspect ratio, we've actually got native dimensions and 16:9 comes out at the same. So it really is all about knowing what pixels you need and what you've shot at. So that's all good. I'm going to click on save. And I'm going to click on save again, which will export out the movie from Avid. There we go. So in a minute, we'll be finished with Avid. When it exports out, we can shut down. So I'm now going... Right, now that I've exported from Avid, I can go ahead and open up Encore. I'm going to do a new project. I'm going to call this project DVD Test. DVD Test. And I'm going to browse and save it somewhere that makes some kind of sense for me. So that's going to go in my video tutorial file. Now, what we're basically doing is we're burning an HD project onto a normal DVD, not HD to HD, which would be Blu-ray, just HD to an ordinary DVD. So I'm going to select that there, and I want PAL, not NTSC. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Right, so this is Adobe Encore. The first thing I'm going to want to do is bring in my movie that I exported. So if I go File, Import as Timeline, then what I can do is find out where my export from Avid is, which is here, Export to DVD, Movie, and I can go Open. What should come in is indeed I have my movie now within a timeline in Encore. Okay, what I need to do now is bring in my menu. Now, the only problem is that Encore likes Photoshop file menus. So we just have to go into Photoshop first and go File, Open, and find our TIFF, our still image that we exported out of Avid first off. So there it is, Menu TIFF. I'm going to click on Open. Here it is. Now all I need to do is simply go File, Save As, and when the Save As dialog box comes up, again, call it something that makes sense. Menu's fine, source file's fine, but make sure that I save it as a Photoshop file. So we should have a .psd. There it is. Click on Save, and I can go ahead now and quit out of Photoshop. In Encore, I now go File, Import As, Menu, and look for my PSD file, which is there. Click on Open. Sure enough, if I double click on it, there it is. If I double click on my timeline, there that is. I can click and scroll through if I want to. It doesn't play that smoothly at the minute because it's not transcoded and it's quite a big file, but it will give you a bit of a preview. Good. Okay, so what I need to do is my movie file needs, it will need to be transcoded, put into the right format for DVD. And Encore's going to take care of that, but unless we intervene, it will do it so that it is interlaced. And that will give us lines on the footage when it's played back on a computer screen. So to guard against that, what we do is we choose the movie clip, which isn't the blue one, it's the other one with .mov after it. I'm going to right mouse click and I'm going to go onto transcode settings. Now on transcode settings, instead of using quality preset automatic, click on the drop down arrow and use PAL progressive high quality 7 megabytes VBR 2 pass. Do that, click on OK, and as long as you do that to any movie file that you bring in before you export out of Encore, all will be well. Right, so we've got a file that's come in and it's created its own timeline, and that's fine. We've got a menu, which is good. I've got a little bit of a problem here in that this at the minute with this little triangle on the export to DVD timeline means this is set to first play. Now we want the menu to be the first thing that gets played. So click on the menu, right mouse click, and just simply click on set as first play so that the menu is the thing that plays first. Okay, now to put our play button in on the menu, click on the T for text tool, click in somewhere on your menu, which up here you've got a monitor menu tab, so make sure that you've got the menu selected. And now you can simply click and write something like play. Okay, once you've got your text in there, if you click up here on character, you've then got, if you select the text, you can change the colour of the text. You might want to change the size of it. A bit too small now, for sure. I'm going so 72, that might be okay. I can click on the move tool here. I can move my play button over here perhaps. Now that's just some text, it's not actually a button. So now I need to right mouse click and click on convert to button. Now I have a button, I can go to my properties tab once more, and over here I've got, if I click on the button, I've got a link here that says not set. Click on that arrow there and go over to export to DVD, which is the name of my timeline. I go export to DVD, chapter 1, and what will happen now is my play button will now link to my timeline. The only thing left to do now, really, is to go onto the timeline icon in my project panel here And then over in properties again, there's end action. What I want that to do is go back to the menu default. So basically now, once I've played it, it will go back to the menu. If you want to put more clips in, it's just a question of repeating this process of putting more buttons in. So what we should be able to do now is go to File and Preview, and hopefully we'll get our menu coming up. We should be able to click on the play button and our clip will play. It's not playing very smoothly at the minute, the preview, because it needs to transcode before it will do that, but we can see that all is well so far. Okay. Now I've found that sometimes there's things that don't quite look right, that aren't shown on preview, and it would be quite nice to have a look at our DVD before we commit it to burning to a proper DVD disc. So what I'm going to do is go ahead now to build, and from format I'm going to choose DVD, but I'm going to do output to DVD image. This will be kind of like a version of the DVD actually stored on the hard drive. So under destination I'm going to go to browse, I'm going to go to my hard drive and the video tutorial file. That's all okay. I'm going to put in a name and I'm going to call it DVD image. I'm going to click on save, and now I'm going to click on build. Okay, now this will take it's going to take as long as your footage is and then some, because the files have to be encoded into the right format. Basically, if you wait and you're patient, because that is what my image file will play in, so that's quite handy. So now that my mine's finished now, it's encoded out, so I simply need to go into VLC and go File, Open File. I then look for where my file's gone, which is in here. It will be an ISO file. If I click on Open, then in VLC Media Player, don't worry about this name down here, that's just a setting of VLC that won't come out on the finished item. I can click on Play, and you'll see that I'll get my video playing back. It's playing back properly. So with that all being satisfactory, I can shut down VLC Media Player, and instead of going format DVD, DVD image, I can go DVD disc, and click on build, and I will be prompted to insert a DVD disc. I can put DVD disc in, click OK, and it will burn. And it won't take as long to burn this time around because the file has already been transcoded when we did the image file. So there we are. That was the quick and simple way of getting a DVD out from Avid via Encore. There are more exciting things you can do with Encore, but I will cover them in a further future tutorial. So thank you very much, and good luck and happy burning.